Hallo Matrosen, Cpt.Spheal ist wieder am Start, um mit diesem Tag zu retten, und heute heiße ich euch willkommen zurück zum Start eines neuen LPs auf diesem Kanal. Und zwar, man hat es gerade gesehen, ein kleines Indie-Spiel namens Thomas Was Alone, das schon, glaube ich, so 5 Jährchen auf dem Buckel hat. Ja, das kenne ich auch schon ein bisschen, habe ich auch schon öfters durchgespielt, jedoch auf der Wii U, nicht auf PC. Ja, und noch kurz Einstellungen ein bisschen checken. Gibt es keine Vibration, das ich ausstellen kann. Nein. Ja, so viel dazu. Neues Spiel. Gehen wir mal rein. The program was a failure. People forget this. It was a massive flop. The coder started adding name strings to the all AIs as a joke. Thomas 80 irgendwas.
Thomas was alone. Wow. A weird first thought to have.
Das ist aber nicht schön. Ja, wie hier Side-Scroller, man kann laufen, man kann springen, man hat einen Block. Mehr gibt's dazu nicht zu sagen. Also was man wissen muss, erzählt
Thomas
der
decided to start listing his observations
Typ hier.
for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
Nice. Oh, jetzt müssen wir mal jumpen.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word?
Jump.
A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
Ja, wie man vorhin gemerkt hat, in dem Text, der viel zu schnell war zum Lesen, das ist hier eine Art digitale Welt und Thomas ist eine KI.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
Schwimmen bringt dann übrigens um.
He was
Also ins
starting to
Wasser fallen.
suspect.
Oh, das tut mir leid. Es ist ein recht kurzes Spiel.
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might, or might not, be important.
Ja, er kennt das nicht, man will was sagen, aber dann kommt der Sprecher dazwischen. Wir will ihn ja noch nicht unterbrechen, ne? Komm,
It
sag
might
was.
have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No. Too obvious.
Ja, Thomas, der ist die rechteckkige KI, die erkennen muss, dass er sich in einem Spiel befindet. Das sind übrigens Checkpoints zu
Something
fällen.
about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it.
Der Wie gerade demonstriert, man stirbt ja. Im Wasser. Da war ein Stuhlknatsch.
The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
Ja, so gefallen die Levels mir. Random platzierte Blöcke. Und man wird es vielleicht rausgefunden haben, jedes Level müssen wir
Thomas
zum
had a
Ende.
new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper.
Ja, wir sind skilled im Jumping.
Was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
Ja, denn Thomas ist bekanntlich allein. Team achievements! Woo! I submitted hundreds of bug reports. I told that idiot was this world happen. Overlapping scripts, more than one AI was bound to be spawned into an environment at some point, turns out. Das ist zu schnell, ich kann nicht lesen.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
Hey, eins weiter. Und Chris kann so springen. Denn jetzt kommt Puzzle Solving mit rein. Komplexität.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times.
Warum nicht?
Actually, not technically graceful. It's probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Ist doch was ein bisschen nett. Akzeptier doch einfach die Hilfe von Chris. Musik ist ein bisschen laut, oder? Ich stelle die Musik, glaube ich, mal ein bisschen runter. So. Hui.
Okay, this was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it.
Oh,
Which, of course, made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him?
Ja, ich muss da so klettern, weil wenn ein Block auf einem drauf ist, kann man nicht springen. Deswegen muss ich klettern. Und das ist nicht das einzige Mal, dass ich das machen muss.
Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously. This made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile.
Ja, ich lasse das mal hauptsächlich unkommentiert, glaube ich.
Was this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
Ein Stuhlknaps, der...
Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness. That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up, if only for a few levels.
Okay, der Chris scheint den Thomas hier nicht ganz zu mögen. Oh Gott. Kuckuck. Oh, Chris muss noch jumpen. Oh, Block Nummer 3.
John knew.
That's John.
He knew that this was his chance. A moment to shine. This was game day.
Wir sind jetzt ein bisschen kleiner. Jetzt haben wir John den langen Lulatsch.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway? John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome. Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use, time to show those little dots how it was done.
John soll nicht gemacht haben, John am besten.
John decided to press the switch, to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies. You could tell from the sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror all these years.
John ist ein bisschen eitel. Der will seine Skills zeigen. Yay. Thomas, wir brauchen dich drüben. Also, Chris braucht dich. Und John muss auch gelegentlich mal als Treppe her. Soweit, so schön. Das ist wirklich ein kleines nettes Spiel hier. Muss ich schon sagen.
John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys.
Ja, kleinen Mensch, kleinen Blöcken muss man helfen, ne? Das ist essentiell wichtig. Und jetzt muss man nochmal Treppe bauen. Für Chris. Ich hab vorhin gesagt, man muss schon mehrmals für den Chris hier aushelfen. Und jetzt wird John benötigt als Brücke. Weil, ich glaube, da muss auch noch Thomas drauf. Das habe ich verkackt. So. Da wird vielleicht auch nur der hier. Ja.
He didn't mind them so much either. The red one, Thomas, had a charming way of applauding every time John jumped.
Oh. Thomas ist sehr gesellig. Er war ja auch alleine, ne? Nicht er ist alleine, er war auch alleine und das ist doof, dass das jetzt passiert ist. Das ist sehr, 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 sehr doof. Ja. Schafft Chris den Sprung eigentlich allein? Ich weiß schon gar nicht mehr. Ist auch schon ein bisschen her, dass ich das letzte Mal gespielt habe und ich habe den Sprung noch vergessen. Ja, es könnte ein bisschen dauern. Genießt einfach die elektronische Musik. Oder ist aber so.
The angry orange one was less immediately likeable, but his unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John.
Tja, bei John geht es auch nur ums Springen. Springen ist halt essentiell wichtig. Das war jetzt eine schwere Geburt. Und jetzt hörst du, die Level werden auch nicht kürzer. Zehn Kapitel gab's, glaube ich. Also 10 Punkte irgendwas.
A floating target. This would require coordination, balance, and timing. John was sure the dots would be lost, but he was happy to guide them to triumph. Maybe that's what the dots were for. They were there to extend John's reach, to make his performance even more impressive. John liked the thought. He decided to keep them.
John denkt auch genau wie selbst. Next achievement. Vielleicht kriege ich jetzt mal den Text gelesen. The initial group possessed simple variations in size and strength. More complex configurations were inevitable. As this error spread, these variations became increasingly extreme.
So, this was how Claire would die. She knew it would happen eventually.
That's clear.
She was rubbish at jumping, and she moved slowly. She felt a little like her continued existence was breaking some kind of natural order.
Oh nein, was denn? Oh
The crumbling
nein.
pillar was a dramatic death, she supposed. Wait, what?
Oh,
Claire couldn't shake the feeling that she was not, in fact, dead. It was at that moment that Claire realised she had superpowers.
okay, Claire kann schwimmen, als einziger Block.
She'd need a cape. There's no getting around that. You couldn't be a superhero without a cape. Claire didn't want confusion. If you saw a cape, that made matters clear. You knew what you were dealing with. Claire was all about communication. And, you know, floating in water, which was her superpower.
Superpower schwimmen, das ist immer eine gute Superpower.
All right. Fear not, my skinny friends, for I am Claire, and I will save you. Claire needed to come up with a superhero name as soon as possible. Claire was rubbish.
Na, mal sehen, damit keiner unterfällt. Und so bringt man seine Mitmenschen für seine Mitblicke um. So. Ja. 2.4.
Claire arrived just in time. which was, of course, the perfect moment for superheroes to arrive.
Ja, was das auch für heute. Ich bedanke mich recht herzlich fürs Zuschauen. Macht's gut. Bis nächste Woche zur nächsten Folge von Thomas Was Alone. Ciao. Bleibt artig.